Hey y'all. Good evening, good Saturday night. How y'all doing? Good evening, good Saturday night. How y'all doing? Hey Trinity. What topic are we covering today? Whatever kind of topic you like. I don't have any specific things. Y'all tell me. Hey Nikwa. Nikwa. Busha RN29. I like it. Holistic assessment. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute now. Okay, I understand you have a final, but I do nursing dosing calculations. I don't have to have the head to toe assessment stuff. You're gonna have to head over to YouTube Nursera on that one. Intake and output. Yeah. Yeah. I got some intakes and some outputs. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. You can do some dosage calculations tonight. How y'all doing? Y'all, I did a 3-day stint and I don't know, I'm tired. But we're here. Fundamentals. Wait, okay, listen. For those who do not know me, hey, I am Nurse C, a blessed RN dosage calculation tutor. We doing the math over here with a little bit of pharmacology sprinkled in here and there, just a little bit, okay? But we're talking about the math part. Let's see. I have an exam on Wednesday. Okay, you got some time then. We got some time. Let's see. Can you drip factor? They still confuse me. Yeah, we can do some drip factors. So let's see what we got. So in and outs. We can start with in and outs because that's a little simple. And then some drip factor. And what else did I see? Did we say heparin? No. Did we say weight based? Not yet. Hey, Glenda. No, not med surge. My dear friend and colleague, Nurse Bree, she can be a good med surge and patho tutor. My baby is the calculations. The calculations. It's Glenda. How you doing? I thought about you as I was as I was working on problems. I said, no, she didn't. No, the conversions. What part? What kind of conversions? And why are they messing you up on your test? Let's talk about that. Hey y'all. Hello. Somebody said fundamentals. Like fundamentals. Okay. Mm-mm. Alrighty, so we'll do our study screen. We'll get connected. The question asks how many ounces are in 5 milliliters, and I put 150. Okay. So do you know what you did wrong? And how you got to that part of like, thinking? Let's see. What does it say? Just talking about toast and eggs and all kind of stuff. Silly mistakes. Okay. Yeah, slow down. Oh, it's okay. You're not the first. You're not the last. I promise you that. I promise. It happens to the best of us. You live and you learn. For sure, in nursing school. Just slow it down. Drip rates and conversions and IV flow rates. I see Miss Jones, I will make it, and Miss Yolanda over on Facebook. Okay. All right, you guys. I got y'all. All right, here we go. So patient intakes following: half a cup of water, a 2-ounce popsicle, and 3 tablespoons of broth. Like, who counts tablespoons? Like, yeah, I know. Anywho, he has a continuous IV of normal saline infusing at 75 mLs an hour. During the 8-hour shift, he experiences diarrhea in the amount of 125 mLs. There is 410 mLs of urine emptied from the indwelling urinary catheter and 1 teaspoon of drainage from the wound drain. What is the 8-hour total intake and output for this patient? So intake is everything that's going to be liquid at room temperature that's going in the body. Output is everything that is coming out of the body. That includes urine and feces that is liquid, and ostomy drainage and wounds that's in the wound vac, and anything that's from a drain. So we'll do intake first. So you'll have to know intake and output is relatively simple, right? What's going in, what's going out, everything has to be in milliliters first, and then you add it all together, all right? So that means you need to know your household conversions and your metric conversions. So let's see. Hey, y'all. We're going to do 8 ounces in a cup. And y'all, thank you. All right. Okay. And then what else we have on here that we need to know? 1 teaspoon is 5 mLs. 1 tablespoon is 15 mLs. And then 1 ounce is how much? 30. Okay. And I think that's it. We can go from here. All right. So you'll take everything and you'll convert it, and then you add it all together. So half a cup of water. So we'll do 0.5 cups. And we need to make this what? Milliliters, right? Milliliters. Everything has to go into milliliters. So if I'm looking for milliliters, what I'm going to start with? Milliliters. So what do we have over here that we can use? We got ounces. And we got that. So then we can figure out how many milliliters, okay? So if I have 30 milliliters, I got 1 ounce, okay? Well, hold on. What am I doing? I'm skipping all over the doggone place. That's what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. And then if I have 8 ounces in 1 cup, my ounces cross out. Now, if I got cup at the bottom, I need cup at the top. So 0.5 cups over 1. So we won't have any baldness at the bottom. We need a placeholder. And cups crossed out. Okay. So then we'll end up with how many milliliters that is. Okay. Just for kicks and giggles. Are y'all like solving these, like sitting here at, oh yeah, look. I got a cute new calculator. Because remember, I couldn't find the one that Leilani lost. So, boom. We back in the game now. All right. So, 30. She said, I sure am. Cool. 30 times 8 times 0.5. And then divide by 1 by 1 by 1. What in the heck did this cute little calculator do? Hold on now. And that's going to be 120 mils, okay? So that's how you would do that conversion, okay? Don't get confused and don't get upset. Don't get frightened when you see like, oh my gosh, it's got to go from all of these different units. As long as your units line up and they cross out what's on the top and what's on the bottom, you start with what you're looking for, you should be okie dokie. All right, so that's 120 mLs of water, then 2 ounces popsicle. So we need gonna run out of space. That's not gonna be cool. But anywho, we'll make it work. I'll just go ahead and erase this part. Hey, and if y'all are like, wait a minute, don't erase. I haven't written it down yet. You can catch this and other replays of my lives on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN, okay? So what are we looking at now? 2 ounces of popsicles. So we want milliliters. We'll start with milliliters. So 30 mLs is 1 ounce. And then we have 2 ounces of popsicles. So ounces cross out. That's going to be 60 mLs, okay? So we'll put 60 mLs right there. And then we have 3 tablespoons of broth. And if we're looking for milliliters, we'll say 15 mLs is 1 tablespoon, okay? And we have 3 tablespoons that the patient has consumed. Tablespoons cross out. 15 times 3 is going to be 45. So that's 45 milliliters. Correct, y'all. Go ahead. Come on, do these conversions over here. Okay, that's what confused me. How to convert 1/2 or if it says 3/4. So some people like leave it in fraction form, but I don't like to multiply fractions like that. I rather convert it to a decimal. So the way that you convert a fraction to a decimal, you do the top divided by the bottom. So 3 divided by 4, that would be 0.5. Or if it's 1/2, 1 divided by 2 would be 0.5. So you can do it like that, okay? All right, what are we doing now? We just did tablespoons, right? Yes. Okay, so clear my space. Now it says he has a continuous IV of normal saline going at 75 milliliters per hour. And this is during a 8-hour shift. So 75 milliliters. I'm just going to show you dimensional analysis way. Some people are like, oh, you just do 75 times 8. Okay, cool. If you know that, that's cool. So if we do what hours? 8-hour shift. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Here we go. 75 milliliters an hour. And then you got 8 hours. Hours cross out. That'll give you how many milliliters, okay? So 75 times 8. It's going to be 600 milliliters in IV fluid. And then, is that it? That's all that he's eaten or consumed? Yes, because everything else is going out of the body. So we'll now add all of your milliliters together. So that's 600 plus 45 plus 60 plus 120. And that's going to be 825 milliliters. So that's what's going in. And then what's going out, let's see. It says that the patient had 125 milliliters of diarrhea and 410 mLs of urine and 1 teaspoon of drainage. We know that 1 teaspoon is 5 mLs. And that's it. How many, just for kicks and giggles, since we're asking about fundamentals and all this other nursing stuff, how many milliliters an hour is expected for a person to have an output with normal kidney function? Oh, ho, ho, ho. 125 plus 410 plus 5. It's going to be 540. So what went in was 825 and what went out was 540. Yes, Lulu, go ahead. See, I add little tidbits of other things. All right, so that's easy enough. Output and input. Make sure you just convert your units, add all your milliliters together. Make sure that you put what's out and what's in because you don't want to do all that hard work and then, get it wrong for just a mistake, a simple mistake. Alrighty. What else we see? I know I've been seeing some IV drips, so we'll do that next. How about that? Because we included some conversions right here that kind of covered two birds with one stone. Okay. Okay. IV flow rate problems. Hmm. Ooh, and this one's got heparin in it too. Well, we can do it. It's not really kind of flow rate. It is, but not really. All right, so let us look at it. Can everybody hear me good? I was having technical difficulties at one point in my live career, but I think we're good now. Just trying to make sure my folks on Facebook can hear, my people on TikTok can hear, and it's not echoing or anything. Yes, we can hear. All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so order. Heparin, 1,200 units per hour via IV infusion. Medication comes mixed from the pharmacy, supplied as heparin 25,000 units in 200 mLs of normal saline. Record using 1 decimal place. Find the flow rate as milliliters over an hour. All right. So everybody knows that we can give IV two ways. We can give it in a pump, or we can give it in via gravity. So when we give via gravity, those problems have that drop factor in there. So when we see pump, we should automatically think milliliter per hour. That's what you're going to use as your common goal for the end product. We want milliliter on top and hour on the bottom. I forgot to ask, is dimensional analysis good for everybody tonight? Or do we need to add in a little extra ratio or desire? Okay, so these problems like this, people are like, what do I use? Where do I start? How do I know how to solve this? So I say to myself, PPP, question mark. Am I going to get a PPP loan? No, that's not what I meant. But no, patient prescription product. Patient's weight. The prescription, which is your order. What does the doctor order this medicine to go in as? And then the product, the medicine itself. So we don't have a weight on this one, but we do have a prescribed order. So heparin is 1,200 units an hour. And then it came from the pharmacy as 25,000 units in 200 mLs, okay? So now we need to find our goal, milliliter over an hour. Hey, auntie. And so if we're looking for milliliters, what are we going to start with at the top on the first step? Y'all let me know how we set these problems up. If I'm looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with what? Y'all quiet. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the answer. If we're looking for milliliters, we're going to start with milliliters, okay? So we'll start with 200 mLs over 25,000 units, okay? If we have units, if we have, I like your name, amazingly awesome, okay? So if we start with milliliters, we at the beginning, we'll know that our goal is to have milliliters at the top and hours at the bottom. So everything else has to cross out. If we have units now at the bottom, now we need units at the top. So our next step is to put our units at the top, right? So that's that 1,200 units an hour. Okay, so units are now crossed out. And what are we left with? You're welcome. Milliliters over hour. So when you see problems like this and, you're just like, okay, heparin. Oh, whoa. And then it's like IV drip or IV rate. Oh, whoa. Don't freak out. Just look for what you need and look for what it's asking for. Once you set up your problems, label your units. A lot of people don't like to label their units when they do dimensional analysis, and that is what's going to be your ultimate downfall. Label them units so you can know what it is that you're crossing out. Otherwise, it's just going to be numbers and it's not going to mean anything, okay? All right, so now we have milliliters at the top, and hours at the bottom, and so we can multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide. So 1200 times 200 is going to be this many, right? Divided by 25,000. Oh. 200 times 1200 divided by 25,000. So I got 9.6. Let me see, did somebody else get an answer? Somebody got 9.5. How FD underscore 189? How'd you get 9.5? I mean, it's just a point off, but still, I'm anxious to know how you got it. Alrighty. Let's do something else. Here's the butamine problem. It's IV drip, flow rate, and weight based all combined within one. Okay. You don't know my name. I don't know your name, but I'm glad you're back too. Yay. How you doing? Hope everybody's week was okay. Alrighty. And the physician ordered an IV of dobutamine at 5 mics per kilogram per minute. The patient weighs 198 pounds. The IV solution is 500 milligrams of dobutamine and 250 of D5W. How many mLs per hour should the pump be set? Okay. So remember when I said PPP question mark? This would be a prime example. Patient. Okay. Patient. Prescription. Product. Question mark. Okay. So our goal is to get milliliter on top and hour on the bottom. Okay. So if we are looking for milliliters, what are we going to start with? Trinae D. Can I do mid labels? Okay. So I have some mid labels, but they are like the medication companies labels. So I'm in the process of working on fictitious labels so that they look similar to live labels so that, you know, we can keep this going and ain't nobody coming for me. All right, so we're looking for milliliters. What we starting with, y'all? What we starting with? Let's start with some 250 ml over 500 milligram. Okay, if we have milligram on the bottom, then that means we need to have milligram on the top, right? But look here, looky here, looky here. That is microgram. So we can't put microgram on top of milligram and make it cross out. No, we can now insert a conversion. All right. So if we have milligram on the top, we need microgram on the bottom. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Milligrams are now crossed out. Okay, now we have yep, that's right. We have microgram at the bottom. So now we can put our micrograms at the top. So 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Okay, micrograms are now gone. I would highly suggest that you cross your units out. Look at what units you have. Look at what's the elements in the problem. And so, you know, just go methodically from right to left. So now we got what at the bottom? Kilograms and minutes. And we need hour at the bottom. So kilograms got to go and minutes got to go. So kilogram. Our weight is in pounds, isn't it? So we'll do kilogram at the top. 2.2 pounds. So kilogram is now gone. And now we can put our patient's weight, which is 198 pounds. I like to put it over 1 so it's not bald-headed at the bottom. We know that that 198 is going to be in that top number of multiplication. All right, so pounds are gone. And then what we have left? Minutes at the bottom. So now we need to put minutes at the top. So there is 60 minutes in 1 hour of time. 60 minutes is now crossed out. And what are we left with? Milliliters over hours. So now we can multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide. 250 times 5 times 198 times 60. And then divide by 500. Divide by 1,000. Divide by 2.2. And 1 and 1. And that'll be 13.5 mLs per hour. For those who are following along and answering them with me, did you get 13.5 mLs? Hey, I take that as a yes. Okay. We are studying nursing dosing calculation. Will you learn this for LPN? You absolutely will. You sure will. So you haven't started school yet? Are you coming up for the January semester? Is there another way to do this? Mike the nurse. Hey, my guy. Yes, it is. So I can show you. It's long, but I'll show you. Just because you asked. All right. Hey, you're welcome. Prereqs in January. All right. That's what's up. Congratulations on your nursing school journey. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. It's okay to be nervous. Just don't be scared. We're not scared. We just unsure and nervous. We can do that. But don't be scared. All right. So, Mike, in order to do this problem without using dimensional analysis, I'm so sleepy, y'all. Like, I work night shift. I'm a med-surg nurse. I did 3 in a row. I've been a nurse for 13 years. So I'm telling on my age, like, I'm tired. But anyways, we here. All right. So we will address the weight first, okay? Because we have to know how many kilograms. So we can do 5 micrograms times kilograms. And that's going to give us how many micrograms to infuse in a minute. So we'll do 198. Divided by 2.2. Well, I ain't gonna write pounds. I'll just write 2.2 because we're not labeling things right now. We're just simply doing the math aspect. 198 divided by 2.2 is going to be 90 kilograms. All right, so then you'll take your 5 micrograms times 90. What's that? 450. Boom. So that is 450 micrograms a minute, okay? Because this is 400 and hey Lucia, how you doing? I need a nap. Okay, so because this is a minute, we need to know how many is in an hour, okay? Because this says how many milliliters an hour. So we will times 450 times 60. So times this by 60, and that's going to give us this many micrograms an hour, okay? Now look, our medicine, excuse me, our medicine is supplied in milligrams. So then we will have to convert this to milligrams, okay? So if you wanted to set it up in dimensional analysis, or you just like, okay, I need to multiply or I need to divide, you know, you do it whatever way you would like. Or if you're going from simply 1 milligram to a gram, 1 milligram to a microgram, or like 1 gram to a kilogram, all those are just 1,000, the factor of 1,000, right? So that means it's 3 decimal spaces. So if you're going from little large left, might slight right. So this is a smaller unit, the microgram, going to a larger unit. So we'll take our decimal and move it 3 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So that is going to be 27 milligrams. Now that we know how many milligrams are to be administered in your hour, you can set it up as ratio and proportion or desire over half and figure out the milliliters. So if you were doing ratio and proportion, simply put this over X, and then you would take your 500 milligrams over 250 milliliters, and then you would cross multiply and divide. So that'll be 500x equals 27 times 250. Boom, 6,750. Divide both sides by 500 to get rid of the x. That's going to be 13.5 like we got in our dimensional analysis. And then, of course, if you would, I know, right? Yeah. And then, of course, if you want to do desired over half, you would just put the 27 milligrams over 500 that you have times that 250. And you would get 13.5. Thank God the pumps do it for us and the pharmacies verify. Yup, you right. You right. Yup. That song's got like my toddler in the chokehold. All right. So here's a little simple normal saline. How many milliliters per hour? So we just put milliliters over hour. Infuse 18 mLs over 24 hours. Determine the IV flow rate in milliliter per hour. So you're looking for milliliter per hour. You take your 1800 mLs over 24 hours and divide the top by the bottom. So 1800 divided by 24, and that's going to be 75 mLs per hour. Don't make it harder than what it is. Okay? All right, let me see what y'all saying in these comments. Okay, dimensional analysis all day. I know. I didn't like dimensional analysis when I was in nursing school. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't go, no cap. Like, I hated it because I didn't really understand it. But like as I got old and I got wiser and I started like looking at things, and I'm like, oh, you can do everything with this. You don't have to memorize formulas. Like, yeah, that's where it's at. Especially like with those ones like the critical drips, like we just did with the weight base. It's super easy. You just crossing out stuff and multiplying and dividing. That's it. You like ratio and proportion. Yeah, ratio and proportion was my best friend. I used to love ratio and proportion. In class had me stressing. Yeah, so that means you passed. Congratulations. All right. So, yep, we got 75 milliliters. ABG compensation. Trinae, y'all keep on trying to push me to the dark side of nursing with med surge and fundamentals and stuff. I just like to do this math, okay? We only need to know this to pass NCLEX. So yeah, and like to double check stuff because sometimes you want to like double check stuff. Like I had a heparin drip last night. I had a patient who had PEs. She had 2 big PEs in her upper right and lower lobe, and then she had like small ones dispersed throughout. So she had to be on a heparin drip. And, you know, when you initiate it at first, you just want to make sure, you know, that's the same rate. But you just put it in the pump, boo doo doo doo, and that's it. I've been studying ahead of time. What area in math would I suggest? So like your basic just math and algebra, like to know like, okay, what you cross multiply, like, you know, the fact that if you have like a reciprocal, it's the same, just simple stuff like that. It's not really hard. The only like really kind of math that you would do that involves like a square root would be BSA. And with BSA you would multiply the weight in kilograms times the height in centimeters, divide that by 3600, and then take the square root. Or you would leave it in inches and pounds, and then divide it by 3131 and take the square root. All right. Oh yeah, PE. Yeah, we do the math. So yeah, that's basically, that. And I always tell about bivalirudin when you had to titrate that based off the weight, the percent of body weight. So yeah. All right. Some more IV stuff. You can call the pharmacy if they answer. Now who got time to do? So yeah, okay. So when you get on the floor, depending on if you work days or nights, because I have worked both, you might not have time to sneeze. Okay. So let alone calling pharmacy for something that you could do for yourself. All right. All right. So doctor has ordered a continuous infusion of 2 grams an hour of magnesium sulfate. What do we use magnesium sulfate for? Okay, available is 40 grams and 1,000 milliliters of lactated ringers. Calculate the infusion rate for the pump for the continuous infusion of milliliters over hour. Okay, so what we using mag sulfate for? What is one of those uses? IV. Okay, so milliliter on the top, hour on the bottom is our goal. And we have 2 grams an hour to go in, and our available is 40 grams and 1,000 mils. So if we're looking for milliliters, we are going to start with milliliters. Lord have mercy, I got stuck. All right, so 1,000 mls over 40 grams. Okay. And we have grams at the bottom. We need grams at the top to cross out. Alrighty, so 2 grams over hour. Boom, boom. And so now what are we left with? Milliliter over hour. Okay? Y'all don't make these IV drip problems harder than what they have to be. I'm telling you. It's straight to the point. So 1,000 times 2 is 2,000 divided by 40. And I got 50 emails as well, just as you find folks in the comments have already answered. Okay, so not dehydration. We will use these in pregnant people to prevent seizures for preeclampsia. Yep. Or if their magnesium was depleted, to get them back up to their levels. Do y'all know the magnesium level? Do you know potassium levels? All that stuff will be important when you start fluid and electrolytes. So you're gonna have to know it like the back and the front, side to side. Yep. The way, you got it. All right. And then, I heard on the NCLEX, they don't even make you like memorize that now. Like they give those to you. I was like, get out of here. The healthcare provider orders regular insulin 15 units per hour IV. Regular insulin 125 units in 250 mLs is available. Calculate the infusion rate. Round to the whole number. Okay, so guess what? Regular insulin is the only insulin that you can give via IV. Look at me doing pharmacology with y'all tonight. I cannot. All right, so we are looking for mLs per hour, right? So our goal is going to be mLs on the top and hours on the bottom. So if I'm looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with my milliliters, okay? Alrighty, so 250 mLs over 120 units, okay? Then if we have units at the bottom, we'll need units at the top to cross out, right? So that's where that 15 units per hour comes in it. Okay, units are now gone, and look what you're left with, milliliter per hour. See? You see how this thing is going here? We done did heparin. We have done magnesium. We have done insulin, all in an IV form. And it's still the same. Start with your milliliters. Start with what you're looking for. If you start with what you're looking for, you ain't got to go find it. Okay? So we'll do 250 times 15 divided by 125. And that's going to be 30 mLs per hour. 250 times 15 divided by 125. Yep, 30 mLs. Okay. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. DKA. I know, man. DKA. Alrighty. So let's do some drop factor ones. I just wanted to do a whole bunch of those mLs per hour to show you that you are literally looking just for mLs over hours. Don't try to add stuff in. Don't try to take stuff out and make it hard because, yeah. Oh, and these got completion times on here too. I'm late. I'll watch on YouTube tomorrow. Hey, Risa. Okay. That's what it's there for. The doctor orders 250 mLs of normal saline to be infused at 20 drops per minute. Drop factor is 10 drops per ml. And you start IV infusion at 3:30. At what time will the infusion be complete? So we are looking for hours because we want to know what time, right? Time. So if we are looking for hours, we need to start with hours, right? Yup. Do we have hours on here? No. We have minutes. But we can make hours. You can make what you want to make, okay? All right. Anywho. 1 hour is 60 minutes. I think we all agree. Okay? So now we got minutes at the bottom. So now we need to do our minutes at the top to cancel it out, correct? All right. We don't have minutes at the top on anything. Guess what? You can flip it. Okay? No, don't struggle. Come on, let's do it. Let's walk through it. Okay? Set 20. Okay, drops per minute. So we'll do 1 minute and the 20 drops. So now minutes are gone and we have drops at the bottom. So that part of the drop factor is gone. Well, not the drop factor, the rate is gone. The drop factor itself is 20 drops per ml. So, 10 drops per ml. So 10 drops per ml. And now our drops are gone. And then we have milliliter at the bottom. And so we just need to put our 250 milliliter over 1. Okay. And milliliters are gone. So now we have hours that are left. Okay. All right. So we'll do 10 times 250 divided by 60 divided by 20. Let's see, 10 times 250 divide 60 divide 20. I always like to do it twice just to make sure. I don't know, I'm kind of paranoid. And that's how many hours that we got. Okay, how do you know what unit goes on the top and on the bottom? Okay, so what our goal was is to find how many hours. So that's the only thing that we want to be left at the end of this problem. So all of the other units have to cross out. Okay, so let's look at what we have in the problem. So we have a 250 ml bag. Okay, so that's just by itself. All right. Then it says we have 20 drops a minute. That's your rate. Okay. So that's going to stay. This is one thing. Okay. You can't break it up. You can't chop it up. Let it stay the same because it's a ratio. It's 20 drops per 1 minute. Just like you got 1 hour in 60 minutes or 24 hours in 1 day. They have that relationship. So you can't break them up. All right. So then we have a drop factor of 10. I keep wanting to say 20. I'm sorry. 10 drops per ml. Okay. So that's your drop factor. All right. So when I did this problem and I set it up, I know that I want only hours. I did not have anything with hours in it, but I had something with minutes in it. So I had to go ahead and insert my conversion. So I did that 1 hour over 60 minutes. Okay. So then I have minutes at the bottom. I knew I need minutes at the top to cross out and cancel, okay? So then that's when I went here and I just flip-flopped it, okay? Because you can do that. You can flip-flop it. That's going to be the same thing. Just like ml over 10 drops. If you need to flip-flop it, it will be the same thing, okay? So, excuse me. Now we have minutes over 20 drops, okay? Drops were minutes were crossed out. Then you had your drop factor. So your drops were at the bottom, so I'll put my 10 drops over ml and my drops crossed out, and then all I had left was milliliter on the bottom. So then I put my milliliters right here, and it's not a relationship with anything. It's just one thing. So I put it over 1, and then you can leave it like just 250, but you a lot of people like to put it over 1 just so that the 1 could be a placeholder so that you can know that it can multiply on the top line and not on the bottom line, because if you multiply across the bottom, that's going to mess up your answer, okay? So I hope that answered your question that you had for me. Can you do a 3-factor question that is given IV 3 times a day? I always could get confused with the day over dose. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. Let me finish answering this question. So y'all know I be kind of squirrel. All right. Back to this one. So this is hours, right? 2.08 hours. But how much is 0.8? Like how many minutes is that? So this is going to be your hour part. This is going to be your minute part. To find out how many exact minutes that is, you're going to take everything behind the decimal and multiply it a square. See? Don't do that, Lucy. You see I was on a one track and you put the squirrel up there. Okay? All right. 0.08 times 60 is going to give us our minutes. Squirrel. 0.0808. All right, times 60. And that is 4.8 minutes. So you can round it to 5 minutes, okay? So that's 2 hours and 5 minutes that it takes to infuse this medicine. So if you add 2 hours and 5 minutes to our time, which was 15:30. So add 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's going to be 17:35. Okay? Okay. Dang, I rounded down. Round up. 0.5 and up, round up. 0.4 and down, round down. It's okay. Real players make mistakes. All right. Let's do something else. Y'all like that one? Okay. Can you also just multiply the numbers and carry the what you mean? And remove the decimal? I'm not sure if I understand what you're asking me. No calculator. Oh, if you that good, then go ahead. Me, I need a calculator. And yep, and I'm at the end. Yeah, I'm gonna use a calculator. Even if I do 5 times 2, I'm gonna use a calculator. Like I've got to make sure. I know it. But yeah, you could if you wanted. All right, the doctor orders 1,000 mLs of normal saline to be infused at 60 drops a minute. Drop factor is 10 drops per ml. You started at 1:30 in the afternoon. At what time will the infusion be complete? All right, so we have 1,000 milliliters. We have 60 drops per minute that it's going at. Our drop factor is drops per ml, and we want to know hours because we want to know the time, okay? Because it said time. All right, so we're starting with that. We're looking for hours. I'm going to start with my hours. I don't have anything on here with hours in it. I got 60 drops per minute. Well, I'm going to put my hours. All right, 1 hour is 60 minutes. Boom. Now we got 60 minutes at the bottom. I need my minutes to go at the top so that I can cross it out, okay? So minute over 60 drops. Minutes cross out. All right. Now we have drops at the bottom. So you can put your 10 drops per ml. Your drops are now gone. And then we have left milliliter. So I'll put my 1,000 milliliter bag of normal saline over 1. And now I am just left with hours. Okay. So 10 times 1,000 divided by 60 divided by 60. 2.7777 repeating, okay? So in order to find my minutes, I'm going to do 0.77 times 60. And that's going to be 46.2 minutes. So we'll just say 46 minutes. So 2 hours and 46 minutes, okay, is what we have for a total completion time, okay? And we started at 13:30, and we want to add 2 hours to it and 46 minutes. So this one, like, okay, you see it's like 30, right? And then you got to add 46 minutes to it. I could just kind of break those up. So I'll add 2 hours and 30 minutes, right? So if you added 30 minutes, well, let's add 2 hours to it. So that'll be carrying over to that 1. So 1,600, right? So then we had 16 minutes left. So that'd be 16:16. All right. You don't think you're keeping up. What part are you having a little bit of difficulty with? Okay. Let me know. This is a safe space. No question is ridiculous. Because I know some of y'all be kind of spooked in class to say something. But shoot, you paying your tuition dollars to them folks they supposed to be teaching you. You better ask them questions. If not, you can just come to TikTok or Facebook or YouTube and join me, Nurse C, a blessed RN. But yeah. Any questions on this one? I have literally been working on this for 7 hours today. Megan, what do you mean 7 hours for this one problem, this one type of problem? You couldn't figure it out and it had you stuck, lady? Does it make sense how I did it? Do I need to rework this one? I'm looking at my Facebook. I don't see nobody over there saying anything. And let's see, one new message. It does. Sometimes I get confused as to what goes on the top and what goes on the bottom. Okay. And can I repeat it? Yeah, I'll repeat it. It's a dosage calculations. Sometimes Tamar, they combine it with pharmacology. But this part, this aspect of it is called dosage calculation. All right, so we'll do it again. And I'll show it a bit slower. Why wouldn't you add the 2 hours to the 13? And what did you do to the minutes? Okay, I'm gonna do it again. All right, and slow it down. Slow down, baby. I almost hit a lady. Slow down, baby. Y'all, Lil Boosie has a special place in my heart. So yeah, that's where I met my husband at. I met him at a Lil Boosie concert when we were in college. All right, Lil Boosie. All right. So we have 1,000 mLs in our bag. We have 60 drops per minute as your rate. Then you have a drop factor of 10 drops per ml, okay? And that's drop factor. And we are looking for hours, okay? So I kind of like write out my stuff to the side and so you can see what you have to choose from, because wipe me down. See, it's you, Lucia. It's you. You're the problem. You put the squirrel up and now you got me talking about wipe me down. Anywho, so to help people out who don't know what to go on the top and what to go on the bottom. You can write these elements that you have from the problem on the side so that you can see like the ratios, okay? And or the relationships. Because you have your drop factor, your rate, that 1,000 is by itself, so it would just go over one. And so anything over itself over one, it's itself, okay? So then we have our goal. So we need hours, okay? So when I start dimensional analysis, I like to start with what it is that I am looking for. If you start what you're looking for, you ain't got to go find it, okay? It's there, all right? So we only want hours to be left. Okay, so we don't have hours anywhere on all of this stuff down here, do we? No, we don't have hours right there. So we have minutes though, and we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 1 hour is going to be 60 minutes, okay? So that's how I'm starting off because I'm looking for an hour, all right? Well, the time. And if we have minutes at the bottom, I know that I'm going to need minutes at the top to cross out, okay? Because we were crossing out everything on the top and the bottom. So what has minutes in it? This does. So you can flip that. Minutes can go at the top and drops can go at the bottom. So minutes are gone. All right. Now we got drops at the bottom. We need drops to go at the top. So we'll use this. 10 drops per ml. Drops are gone. All right. Now we have milliliter at the bottom. We need milliliter at the top. So here you go. 1,000 mLs over 1. Milliliters are crossed out. Everything on the top and on the bottom is now gone except for what it is that you're looking for, which is hours, okay? So then you would multiply 1 times 1 times 10 times 1,000. And that's going to give you, what, 10,000 on the top. Then you will go to the bottom. So 60 times 60 and times 1 is that number. So you'll multiply, not multiply, you're finished multiplying. You will divide the bottom and the top, okay? 3,600. So then you would get 2.77777 repeating, all right? This part of your answer is how many hours, okay? That's the whole number. This part, because remember, okay, an hour is 60 minutes, and then this is the fraction part of it, because if you got 0.77 out of 100, you can relate that over as a fraction, a percentage, right? So we are going to take this part of the answer and multiply it times 60 in order to get how many true minutes that is, okay? So 0.77 times 60 is 46.2. All right. So when you round things, if you have 0.4 and below, you keep that number right there. You round down. If you have 0.5 and above, you will go up to the next whole number. So we're going to say this is 46 minutes. Okay. So now we have 2 hours and 46 minutes. Some people like to add their time differently, and then it can get confusing, especially if you have like, okay, 30 minutes plus 46 minutes, that's going to be what, an hour and 16 minutes. So you can add that to the 1,300 first, or you can just break it down into pieces, right? So if you got 1,300, so we know that, let me kind of make this a little spacious, just so we can see what we're doing. 1,330, right? So this part is like the hour part, right? And this part is the minute part, right? So if we have 2 hours, you can add your 0 2 hours, right? So that's going to be what? 15:30. Okay? So if you add another 30 minutes to that, that's going to be 4 o'clock, right? And then you add 16 more minutes. it's going to be 16:16. That's what time that your infusion will be completed. I like it. How y'all feel now that I redid it and kind of slowed down a little bit? Almost hit a lady. Slow down, baby. Y'all, now y'all got Boosie stuck in my head. Not. Don't get me started. Alrighty. Where did I get the second 30 from? Okay. So this was 46 minutes, right? So that was 30 minutes, and then this was the other 16. Do you see what I did? You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so this is like a simple drop factor one. 500 mLs of normal saline to infuse over 4 hours. Available is 500 mLs of normal saline with IV tubing drip factor of 10 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will the nurse administer the fluids? Okay, so we are looking for drops per minute. So we need drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. That is our goal. Okay, so if we are looking for drops, I am going to start with my drops. Okay, so we know that, remember we said we give a IV two ways in a IV pump or via gravity. This is the gravity set. This is what I'm talking about with your drop factor. Okay, a drop factor is simply in that little plastic chamber that you squeeze and the drips fall. How many drops to administer 1 ml of medicine? That's exactly what a drop factor is. Okay, just in case you're like, I don't even know what a drop factor is, but I know I'm supposed to be using it in this problem. Do I ever do TPN? Are you talking about like the how many like milliliters of water and how many milliliters of feeding? Is that what you're talking about, Slain Angel? All right, so I'm looking for my drops, right? So I'm going to start with my drops on the top. Yeah, I got some of those. I think I got some new one of those. Did I save it? I think I saved it. Hold on. I had to check. But I know I'm working on some. All right. So, okay, drops at the top. So 10 drops per milliliter, okay? Now we have mLs at the bottom. We need milliliters at the top, don't we? So look, this says how many milliliters to go over 4 hours. Those two are married. They stay together. Don't separate them, okay? So we know we're going to give 500 milliliters over 4 hours. Milliliters have crossed out, okay? Now, we have drops at the top, of course, and we have hours at the bottom. We need minutes at the bottom. So we need one more conversion. 1 hour over 60 minutes. Hours cross out, and we're left with drops per minute. That's it. So 10 times 500 times 1 divided by 4 divided by 60 be 20.833333 repeating. So you cannot have, hey, how you doing? It's okay you came in late. I'm not gonna fuss at you like the teachers do. I understand, child. I understand. 20.83, right? So you've never seen like, okay, half a drop, 0.83 of a drop, 0.54 of a drop. You've always either seen a drop or no drop. So this case, we would have to round up to the nearest whole number. So it's going to be 21 drops per minute. It's okay. How y'all feel about that? I'm trying to get better too. I thought I was feeling all the way better, but I guess, after you take the antibiotics, they still kind of have to marinate in your system a couple of days. So, hey, here we go. How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Can I do another one? Yay, Anaya. I shall. I shall. How'd that one get in there? I got some. These are IV infusion completion times. I know I'm supposed to hit a lot of drop factor ones. Where are they? That's a good one, but I won't do that one. Let me see. I am a queen. Thank you. I am a queen. I am a child of a king. Oh. Okay, let's pause. Let me go and see what's going on, because I don't think my stuff is carried over. Y'all, okay, what other problems would y'all like to see me do tonight? I can do a couple more, and then I gotta go to bed, because I'm tired. So very grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that these are helping. So, that's why, because it said IV infusion time. I'm such a little crazy person. All right, here we go, y'all. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So the provider has ordered 1,000 mLs of normal saline to run over 10 hours. Drew tubing has a drop factor of 10 drops per drops per minute. Will the nurse set the flow rate? Okay. So let's do it. We have that to go over that. So they're together. They are married. Don't separate them. You have your tubing. And then we have a goal of drops per minute. Okay. So I will start with my drops on the top. So 10 drops per ml. I got that from right there. Okay. And then we will have milliliters at the bottom. So we need 1,000 mLs over 10 hours. Okay. Milliliters crossed out. We need minutes at the bottom, because now we have hours at the bottom. So we put hours at the top over 60 minutes. And hours are gone. Now we have drop on the top and minutes on the bottom. Alrighty, 10 times 1,000 divided by 10 divided by 60. It's going to be 16.6 repeating, so that will be 17 drops per minute. Yes, Rakisha. You got it. You got it. You're welcome, Miss Yolanda. You have a great night, lady. All right. Infuse 1750 over 9 hours. Drop factor is 20 drops per ml. Determine the rate in drops per minute. I just learned this with my teacher after 7 weeks, and you got it now. Yay! I'm glad that it clicks. Sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes, child. Where are y'all from? I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little southern. So I'm in Alabama. I'm in Central Time. That's why I say Central Time is when I come on. Florida. Okay. Okay, that's what's up. Arkansas. Weight base. Oh yeah, we can do some weight base. Louisiana. Okay, so yeah, Boosie. Boosie. Boosie is my guy. I don't move from Boosie to Aha Gazelle. So I am delivered. But yeah, I love that New Orleans bounce music. Okay. Alrighty. So where we got California. Okay, hey California and Idaho. All right. That's what's up. My mom lives in Birmingham. Okay then. Hey, turn up. I'm in Springville, so I'm not like 30, 45 minutes out of Birmingham, depending where you're coming from. Illinois. Ooh, you cold. Cold, cold. Alrighty. So let's do drops per minute, y'all. 20 drops on the top, milliliters on the bottom. Okay. And we have 1750 mLs over 9 hours. Milliliters are gone. Okay. Now we got hours on the bottom. So we need hours on the top and minutes on the bottom. Hours are gone. Minutes, drops, boom. So 20 times 1750 divided by 9 divided by 60. And I'm gonna do it again just because I like to double check. I don't know. I'm always kind of paranoid. I'm like, did I hit the wrong button? 64.8. And if we, yep, 65. You got it, y'all. I love it. Drops per minute. What would, it's coming back. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. What would y'all think is like the hardest part of dosage calculation? I'm trying to figure out some things. I got some stuff in the works, and I'm just saying, like, hey, I don't know. Like, this is it's a part of me. So it's like, I don't really have an Achilles heel when it comes to this, but it's like, what is the thing that makes students just flip out when it comes to dosage calc? Remembering to round. Yeah, yeah. Because I would hate to do like a whole problem set up and dimensional analysis, all of that, and then get to the end and then you don't round and you get it wrong. Like, that would make me want to shake something. Like, ugh. All right. Honestly, when they add random numbers, so the fluff, Hannah, okay. You just taught me another step by dividing both whole numbers at the bottom. Yes, Jay Chantel. So, I'm gonna look for some weight-based problems because I think somebody asked me about that. Yeah, let's do this one. So, when you finish the problem and you have everything on the top and everything on the bottom, I don't know if you can tell, but I like little sayings. I guess it's the Southern girl in me. But if you take less steps, then that's the less steps that you have to make a mistake. So the less steps you take, the less mistakes you make. And sometimes you lose a zero or you don't add a number in. Like I said, you see me like doing this on my calculator 50 million times just to make sure I put the numbers in right. But if you write down numbers and then you have to put them in the calculator, sometimes you don't put the zero in, and that's going to throw your whole answer off. So a way that you can enter in the answers just on the calculator, I'll show you after we do this one, okay? So let me see. I missed some of the problem setup and removing the fluff. Okay. Dosage calc exam over the break and was not taught a thing. Oh no. No. Well, welcome. Hey from Florida, Mr. Jose Pineda. All right. And fluff. Okay. So fluff. I'm trying to work on more problems and getting fluff them up because like I said, PPP question mark is a great kind of memory thing. Patient prescription product. What is it looking for? And You can use that to kind of identify your elements and then get rid of the other stuff. But like reconstitution problems, those are notorious for having things that you don't need in them. And people just like, I see this fit this and this and this, and I'm like, concentrate on the concentration. You only need the final concentration. How many milligrams, units, milliequivalents, whatever per ml, and that's it. All right. So give Fortas 50 milligrams per kilogram by mouth 3 times a day to a child who weighs 25.5 kilograms. Fortas is available in an oral suspension labeled 100 milligrams per ml. How many mLs would the nurse need to administer per dose? All right. So it went away. It said it doesn't want to be solved. Okay, here we go. So look at this. This is your patient. This is your prescription. This is your product, right? So look at this prescription, all right? It says that we need to give this much. So that's 1 dose 3 times a day, okay? When you see that TID, BID, Q8, Q4, Q6, that is just telling you that what has been ordered is 1 dose, okay? And it needs to be given 3 times a day, 2 times a day, 4 times a day, 6 times a day. Okay. So don't let that part get you tripped up. This right here is 1 dose. 1 dose. All right. So we are looking for milliliters per dose. Okay. So we just need the milliliters because this is 1 dose. So 50 milligrams per kilogram. All right. And then we have kilograms at the bottom. We put kilograms at the top. So 25.5 kgs. Kgs cross out. And then we are looking for... Okay, oh, what am I doing? Wait a minute. Hold on. Screw. I broke my rule. We need to start back with milliliters, right? So here we go. We're starting with this medicine. All right. Milliliter. So 1 milliliter per 100 milligram. Okay. I got too excited. 50 mgs per kilogram. So milligram. Boom. Kilogram now is 25.5. Okay. Boom. Boom. And we put that over 1. And this is what we have left. All right. So I like to do them. Amanda, I love it. All right. Wow. I'm doing this topic in class. Yay. Why do you not divide? Okay. I don't know if you was just here for my little spiel, but this part is just telling us that. All right. This right here is 1 dose to be given 3 times a day. We are simply looking for 1 dose. So you don't need that part. That's another thing that has like people in a chokehold. You want to use like the BID, the TID, the Q6, Q8 or whatever. And yeah, you don't need any of that part. You have to give the question what the question is asking for. And that's it. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. All right. So now let's do 50 times 25.5 divided by 100. Oh, I'm supposed to be showing y'all. Okay. So now I can really show you. Okay. So you see my little cute, I love pink, just in case you haven't noticed. All right. So we're going to put in 1 times 50 times 25.5. When you get to that top line, don't press enter or equals. You hit divide. So now everything on the bottom is divide. So 100 divided by 1 and 1 or whatever. You don't even have to include the ones because it's 1. But just for demonstration purposes. So then when you get to the end, you press equal. And that's going to be your answer. All right. So 12.75 milliliters a dose. Okay. Hey, thank you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Um. Okay, left Starbucks and did dosage calc only to get back to your life and see you doing. God, oh yes, yes, on time, on time. Give you what you need when you need it. Okay, so if this problem told us to round to the nearest tenth, what would we? Bree, you just typed out. You just typed out what I was about to ask. If it asked you to round to the nearest tenth, what would you round it to? And I have these problems, and I don't put like specifics like on there about rounding sometimes because different institutions and instructors and tests, ATI, HESI, whatever it is that you're doing, it'll tell you what to do, what they want in the instructions. So you do what whoever grading your test tells you to do. But if you would round to the nearest tenth, yes, 12.8 would be the answer. If you round to the nearest whole number, then you would round to 13. We don't round meds, especially in peds. Yeah, in peds, like those are kind of like really sensitive. So, or like they'll round to like the hundreds, or hey, that's what you would do. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. I don't like that one. Okay. Let's do this one. Hannah, you're new here. How often do I go live? Okay. So Hannah, this is it's holiday season and I'm not trying to be a Grinch. I'm trying to be a good mama. So I picked up some days. So this week's schedule is a little bit off, but I usually go on live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time and Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. But I worked Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. So I couldn't go on Wednesday, but I did Tuesday. And then I work tomorrow night as well. So I am on tonight. I don't usually be on Saturday nights, but yes, that's my schedule. And I do make the events, so if you subscribe to the events, it'll pop up and show you like when it's coming up. Okay? All right. And then the replays are on YouTube. My YouTube is the same as my TikTok name or Facebook name, okay? All right. So, and you can catch the replay to go over it again if you missed something or you just want to revisit it. All righty. Thanks for your likes, shares, and support. I really do appreciate y'all and the feedback too. All right. So, drug C, 15 milligram per kilogram per day by mouth in 2 divided doses. Child weighs 70 pounds. Available is 250 milligram per 5 mLs. How many milliliters will be administered per day and how many milliliters will be administered per dose? All right, so this is going to show you that's my Amazon cart. This is going to show you how the difference between using like those parts with the QID, BID, or Q8 and all that make a difference in girls be shopping. It makes a difference in what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so PPP, patient prescription product, and this one is not even have a name, but drug C. Okay, so drug C is that, and our order is that, and then our child weighs that. Okay, so let's do the first part. How many in a day? Okay, so we will start with milliliters because that's what we're looking for, right? So 5 mLs per 250 milligrams. All right. Now we got milligrams at the bottom. We could put milligrams at the top. 15 milligrams per kg per day. All right. So now we got kilograms at the bottom and day at the bottom. We need a conversion. So that's 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds, kgs cross out. And now we can put our patient weight in pounds over 1. Okay. And that's just a little placeholder so you can show that you multiply across the top. And now, what do we have left? Milliliter per day. So isn't that what that is asking for? So we are done, son. Done, son. All right. do our little handy dandy calculator trick that I just showed you. 5 times 15 times 70, divide 250, divide 2.2 equals 9.54 mLs, okay? So if you were to round it to the nearest tenth, that would be 9.5. If you were to round it to the nearest whole number, it would be 10. All right, so that's what we got for the day, milliliters per day. So now we need to find out how many mLs you would give in a dose. We're going to set it up the same way. Start off with our milliliters, right? So 5 mLs per 250 milligrams. All right, so we got 15 milligrams per kg per day. That's our order, right? Milligrams are gone. 1 kg over 2.2 pounds, kg gone. 70 pounds that our patient weighs, pounds gone. Now, look at here. In one day, there are 2 doses, okay? And we got that from this right here, okay? Y'all see that? So we'll have day at the bottom. We need day at the top. And then 2 doses in one day. Day is gone. Now we have milliliter per dose. So that is why you look at what the problem is asking you, what the order says, and then you write out your units and label everything so that you can see what it is that needs to be crossed out and what it is that you need to end up with for your goal. So 5 times 15 times 70 divide 250. Divide 2.2 divide by 2. So that's going to be 4.77 mLs per dose. What y'all think about it? Yes, Miss Yolanda, I do one-on-one tutoring as well. I do group tutoring as well. I have a dimensional analysis workshop coming up in December. So, yep, all that stuff is coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. So that was from Facebook, just in case y'all didn't see it in the comments, like, what is she talking about? All right, so the last question, we would be 245 census per dose and not per day, right? So, yeah. What's that? 4.77 times 2. So it would be 4.77 because 4.77 half of 9.54 is 4.77. Okay, what am I doing? I'm trying to look at the comments. They were coming a little bit fast. I used to hate and struggle with math, but I practice, and you love it now. I know, I love it too. I'm telling you. It's addictive. It's really addicting. In dimensional analysis, in chemistry, yeah, with stoichiometry. And I hated it then because I didn't understand it, but it makes so much sense now. The last question we did. It did okay, like the question before this one that we doing? I'm confused. Because I don't know which one it was. Because I didn't go in order. So I'm sorry. Okay. Wait a minute. Like, this is one question with 2 parts. Are you talking about the other part of this question or the question before? Roberta, can you? Yeah, I can do another one. I sure can. I think I got another one. Well, I'm saying I sure can. Let me see. She talking about the question before. It was a totally different question. Oh, ma'am, I don't know which one it was because I didn't go in order. tonight was a totally random thing. I just had my questions open and took requests. So I don't have like a lineup, like a playlist that I usually have. So I don't know. We have to refer to the live on YouTube. Sorry. All right. So the question before this one was supposed to be given 3 times a day. Oh, okay. The one right before this. Okay. So that one was saying that it was supposed to be given 3 times a day. And you were asking me how many mLs would be for one dose. Is that right? Is that what you're saying now? Y'all know I'm sleeping. Look, 3 night shifts in a row. Yes. Boom. Okay, we're together now. All right. So yeah, you would you would divide it by 3. Yeah, you could divide it by 3 and get how many mLs per that dose, because the total amount was for the day. And thank you, Lucia, for the rose. And or when you set it up with the dimensional analysis, you could put 1 day at the top and then 3 doses at the bottom, and that's how you would further figure it out on how to get a dose. And I have practice questions, like I am influenced from all kind of study questions and Quizlets and such, and I just sit down and I put my numbers together to make sure they make sense. I see in Facebook groups that I help out with as well, they submit questions, and I take those that they have problems with and try to use the same format. I'm trying to make some more questions with fluff in it, because the ones that I come up with are kind of just like, this is what you need, boom 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 boom. But like some of y'all's ones that are posted in like the groups or that y'all like send me, they are really fluffed up, and I'm like, oh man, like they was trying to get y'all. So it's like I need to add more fluff to my own questions. So yeah. All right, Danny, sorry, I'm talking and you already got the answer and stuff. So hey, the recommended dosage of erythromycin suspension is 20 milligrams per kilogram per day, in 4 equally divided doses. The child weighs 44 pounds. How many milligrams are needed for each individual dose? All right, so we are looking for milligrams, okay, and dose. And fluff breed 24 is the stuff that you do not need. All the extra wording and numbers and just facts in there to like trip you up that you don't need. That's what I call fluff. The stuff is okay. You like, okay, where I put this at? Nowhere, because it's fluff. You put it in the garbage. That's where you put it at, the garbage. All right. So anywho, we are going to look for milligram per dose. All right. So you see that this part is the order. That's telling you how many milligrams is going to be needed for the whole entire day. And then you divide it up into 4 doses. Okay. So in one day, there is 4 doses. Boom. Okay. And then our patient's weight, right? So our goal is to get milligrams on the top and dose on the bottom. All right. So I'm in MA class and they put questions about insulin and milligrams. What? I ain't never seen no milligram of insulin. Oh, milligrams of insulin? Yeah. I ain't seen that before. All right. So anywho, milligrams on the top, dose on the bottom. So 20 milligrams. We'll start with milligrams per kilogram per day. All right. And then we got kilograms on the bottom. So we need kilograms on the top. 2.2 pounds. All right. Kgs are gone. We have 44 pounds over 1. Okay, pounds are gone. And now in one day, there are 4 doses. Because remember, we want milligram per dose. I hope it was a trick question because units don't, I mean, units in milliliters. Insulin doesn't come in milligrams, it comes in units. Yup, units. And y'all don't get confused when you see like different problems that have like they change like everything is not in milligrams. Something might be in a milliosmol, something might be in a milli equivalent, something might be in a unit. It's just a specific unit of measure because you know your electrolytes are measured differently than your other medicines, right? So don't get confused. If it's on the top and it's on the bottom, cross that thing out and keep going, okay? So 2.2 pounds came because 1 kg is equal to 2.2 pounds. We had our patient's weight and it was in pounds, and we had to convert that to kilograms because that's what the order is given in kilograms of weight. Okay, so that's where your kilogram point in over 2.2 pounds came from, so that your kilograms on the bottom can cross out with your kilograms on the top. And now we got milligrams per 4 doses. And so 20 times 44 divided by 2.2 divided by 4. 20 times 44 divided by 2.2 divided by 4. And I got 100 milligrams per dose. Thank you for the rose, Megan. Y'all are so sweet. I subscribe. Okay, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. Y'all, thank you for the likes and the shares and the referrals. Like, I have been severely, extremely humbled by all of this feedback and engagement. And yeah, it's really humbling. Devil Dog Mom, are you the mom of a Marine? Some nursing professors do not explain anything. We are struggling now. Oh, well, hey, I do offer group tutoring. I offer individual tutoring. I have a dimensional analysis workshop coming up in December, so keep your eye out for that. And yeah, you just come on up in here. Come on up in here. You've helped me with dosage count. I made 100. Wow, that is awesome. Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. How can we do the workshop? J. Chantel, keep your eyes out. It's coming. It is coming. That is what's up, y'all. Okay, what time is it? 9:40. Okay, all right. We got some more time, I guess. Let's see. Oh, Reconstitution. I haven't did one of those. That's where all the fluff comes from, for real, for real. For real, for real, for real. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at it. 275 milligrams of vancomycin is added to a liter of IV normal saline. Available is 1,000 milligrams of vancomycin in a vial, which, when reconstituted, yields a concentration of 550 milligrams per 3 mLs. How much vancomycin will be added to the IV solution? All right. So we need 275 milligrams of vanc. Okay, so we need to reconstitute a powder, because that's all reconstitute means, is to add water or some liquid to a powder, shake it up, and it's gonna make it a liquid again. Okay, and we need 275 milligrams of it. It's telling you that they got a bottle or a vial, and in that vial is that much. But after you have reconstituted it, you get the concentration of this. Look at me. You looking? I had to fix my messy bun so it's not so messy. Concentrate on the concentration. All that other stuff is fluff. Okay? I ain't gonna say it again. Yes, I will. Concentrate on the concentration. How many milligrams per milliliter? How many units per milliliter? How many milliequivalents per milliliter? How many milliequivalents per liter? How many dots per dots? Not how much you adding, how much is going to be the total volume, how much your mama has given you to consume that day. It don't matter. You concentrate on the concentration. That's it. All right, I'm back now. All right, so we are going to find out how much, so that's going to be mLs, is needed to be added to this bag of fluids, okay? All right, so we have 3 milliliters and 550 milligrams, and then we need 275 milligrams. Our milligrams cross out, and we are now left with milliliters. So now we can do 3 times 275 divided by 550 and get 1.5 mLs. Is what we're going to draw up out the vial and then shoot into the bag of normal saline. Okay? How y'all like it? Concentrate on the concentration. Love. Hey, turn up. Okay, let's do some more before I pass out. Mind blown. Y'all are hilarious. Fluff all along. I would have been all over the place with that. I know. That's why I said don't concentrate on the concentration. That's stuck in your head. That's it. Because all that fluff, that ain't cute. That is not cute. We don't want that stuff. That's fluff. We trying to get all these points on these tests, because I don't know about your program, but my program had dosage calc on every test, even after we finished pharmacology. Like, it was there. Write it in your notes, write it on your brain, whatever. I know you're going to take this test and you're like, concentrate on the concentration. Yep, get rid of it. Just milly rocking all over the place, slashing it and getting rid of it. What's on the top and what's on the bottom is divided. And y'all, it doesn't have to be hard. Like, I really want dosage calc to be just plain, because it causes a lot of people distress and like upset. And it's like people have been flunking out of programs because of dosage calc. And I don't like that. I don't like it because, yeah, it's not that bad once you know what you're doing and you see what it is that you're looking for and that you know how to get rid of the fluff. Okay? All right. So 75 milligrams of drug Z is to be added to 1 liter of lactated Ringer IV solution. Available is 1,000 milligrams of drug Z in a vial, which when reconstituted yields a concentration of that. How much of drug B will be added to the IV? Okay? So we need this much. And we have this, okay? This is fluff. This is fluff. In pharmacy school, dosage calculation is easier than pharmacokinetic calculations, I bet. I wanted to be a pharmacist. I was a pharmacy technician, but then I was going to have to take physics and I just quit. Here I am, nurse C, 13 years later. Yeah. And see, you was worried about that liter. What you worried about the liter for? Didn't I say concentrate on the concentration? Yeah. Because I was going to have to, because I went to school on my dad's GI Bill. There are 2 pharmacy schools in the state of Alabama. That's Auburn, War Eagle, and Sanford University. Sanford is private. Auburn required physics. I couldn't use my GI at the private school. Nursing school, here we go. But no, pharmacy, I love working in the pharmacy. I love the drugs. That's how I remember stuff. Like, it really helped me in my nursing career being a nationally certified pharmacy technician, but it wasn't hands-on enough. I like patient care. I like wounds. I like setting up IVs. I like starting IVs. I like, doing the hands-on stuff with the patient. And so, yeah, pharmacists are smart and they're great and they're greatly needed, but it's not enough patient interaction for me. Even though, it's patient care and you're taking care of patients by, being a smart pharmacist that you are, I like the hands-on part of it. All right, so we're looking for milliliters. So 3 mLs per 400 mg. We need 75 mg. 400. Okay, so here we go. 3 times 75 divided by 400. 3 times 75 divided by 400. It's going to be 0.56 mLs or 0.6 mLs if you're rounding to the nearest tenth. Alrighty. I missed some. Okay. I was a pharmacy tech. Okay. Shoot, my pharmacist was lit. Like, especially during cold and flu season. And then the area that I was in, oh man, like we had action. Like, I had some stories to tell. I miss pharmacy teching. 400 divided by 3. Yeah, okay. In my 3rd year of pharmacy school. Go ahead, PharmD. I love it. You're a lifesaver. Yes, thank you. I'm glad it was able to help you. I just want to be a blessing to others as God has blessed me with this knowledge. All right, pharmacy technicians. And how do you know what to put on top? Perfect KY. Okay, so when I do dimensional analysis, I like to start with what it is I'm looking for. If I start with what it is I'm looking for, I ain't got to go find it. It's there. Everything else then has to cross out. So we are looking for how much. So that is going to be volume. ml. How many mLs will be needed of drug P to add to the IV, right? So that's why I start with my milliliters on top. So my concentration was that, because remember, we concentrate on the concentration. So 3 mLs per 400 mgs, and then 75 was what we needed from right here. And you could just put that over 1 because it's just by itself, okay? And we don't want it to be ball-headed at the bottom. We need a placeholder. And cross out, cross out. There we go. And that's how you did that problem. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so what if it was mg? Lady, you let me move this problem. Okay, so how many mgs? It already gave you how many mgs. Because this part is telling you, thank you. It's telling you how many mgs. It's okay. Yeah, so it was already a given. So I understand where you were trying to come from. Like, okay, well, what if it's asking for this? Still start with what you're looking for. All right, start with what you're looking for. You ain't got to go find it. Drug G is diluted with water for injection to yield a concentration of 200 milligrams per 5 mLs. Your patient is to receive 650 milligrams of drug G daily in 3 equally divided doses. How many mLs will be given per dose? All right, so let's look what this is telling us. We are taking a powder and we are going to turn it into a liquid, and we are going to have this much by this much when it gets done, okay? And our patient needs 650 milligrams of this liquid in 3 divided doses, okay? And so we want to know how many per dose. So this is telling you this is 1 dose right here, right? So boom. Wait a minute. Screw. Slow down, baby. Almost hit a lady. Slow down, baby. All right. So this says daily. My bad. Almost made a mistake. All right, so look, 600 milligrams daily. So that is per day. So this has to be 3 divided doses. We are looking for a milliliter on top and dose on the bottom. Okay, so In one day, there are 3 doses. So we'll note that, okay? So if we're looking for milliliters, we're going to take our concentration that we found. So 5 mLs over 200 mgs. Okay? Then 650 milligram per day. Okay? Because that's what it said, daily. So 650 mgs per day. Then in one day, because day is at the bottom, it's got to go at the top, there are 3 doses. Days cross out, we get milliliter per dose. Y'all got it. 5.4. Well, user 601-450-574-9561. It is very straightforward math. I think knowing what to use, how to set it up, what not to use, those are all of the problems that kind of give people issues. So it's simple once you set it up and once you figure out what to do with it. So, you know, it just be having people in a chokehold. And yes, I only do dosage calculations. That is my baby. I go on my lane and I go my speed. That is me. Now, Nurse Bree, Diary of a Black Nurse, on Instagram, and she's on TikTok too. She is my good friend and colleague, and she does patho, anatomy, physiology, med surg, fundamentals. She does all kind of tutoring. So, yep. Okay. Let's see. Here's another one. Do a heparin drip. Hey, turn up. I will. I'll do a heparin drip. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. Do that one. All right. And then we'll do some heparin. And then I'll go to bed. Because like I said, I don't work 3 days in a row, y'all. Oh, I'm tired. And I got to go to work tomorrow night. All right, so 250 mg IV Q6 for drug A. And drug A comes in a 1 gram vial. Reconstitution instructions. Reconstitute with 15.6 mLs of bacteriostatic water for a total volume of 16. Okay. How many, what is the resulting supply dose in milligram per ml? It's not a long one. It could be. So this one is just telling you that you add that much and that the total volume is this much. So if you have 250 mg's per 16 mLs, you will have 250 divided by 16. 15.6 milligrams per milliliter, wouldn't you? All right. So, if we're looking for 250 mg's from this, my two look kind of funky. My apologies. you 16.02 mLs or 16 milliliters. Hey, turn up. Let's see. You feel NCLEX 4 times. Oh no. NCLEX be having folks in a chokehold. Is that the old one or the new one? Because the old one, like, they changed the old one for a reason. So they say, like, the next gen is pretty all right. I know I took LPN old NCLEX and LP and RN old NCLEX and let's see. Okay. Why do we need to know this? In case machines and computers break. Yup. Or you could be traveling, like say like during a pandemic, like COVID, right? And you go into the most podunk of places, right? They don't have all this extra stuff, or like maybe you took a contract in like a third world country and worked, and you had to do this by hand. Hey, and then maybe you got a patient on heparin, which we'll do, and you want to double check because heparin is a very, very special drug. It is a very critical drug. If you give too much, then your patient gonna bleed out. If you don't give enough, then your patient's gonna clot. And so you want to make sure that it's enough in the blood, and you would want to make sure that you're giving the correct amount. Now, a lot of the stuff now, it comes from pharmacy prepared and pumps prepared, and you just enter it in. But it's always kind of good to kind of check sometimes. And then you might have one of those funky medicines like bivalirudin, and you have to titrate it with percent body weight like I had to do one day. And I was like, what in the freak frag nabbit flip flabbit is this? So that is a one time. I will always tell somebody that is a one time in real life type deal that I really had to do dosage calc on mid-surge in real time. All right, heparin. Good evening. Hey, how you doing, Sharon? You used to be so good. You probably still are. Let's try some out. Oh yeah, lucky. Yeah, get you some new gen stuff. They said it's better. Yeah. The new one has partial credit. Yep, I heard that. Sure did. Yep. And Ned Flanders. I don't know who Ned Flanders is. Bikini Bottom. Hey, thank you for the likes and the follows, y'all, and the shares. I appreciate it. All right, so y'all ready to do this heparin? A lot of people are like, oh my God, it's heparin. It's heparin. All right, we're going to do it. So, important things to note. Bolus. So, let me tell you. All right. He said flip floppity. All right. So, heparin. Heparin is one of those drugs that has to be monitored by anticoagulation blood studies. So, in the comments, people who are in nursing school, which study do you use for heparin? What lab tests do you use to monitor heparin in the blood? All right. So when we are to give these medicines, these orders for heparin, it has to get to a level in the blood to where it is therapeutic, right? So in order to kind of jumpstart it, you would give a bolus. Bolus simply means a one-time administration of a certain amount, just given that one time. So it's gone, okay? It's not going to be a drip, like drip, hour after hour. You're just going to give it that one time, okay? So that's going to get it to a level, and then you're going to maintain it with the drip. And then we're going to check it every 6 hours until it is therapeutic. And then you can leave it like that because you will have to titrate it. You will either have to increase it or hold it, depending on the protocol. Okay, so when you go over that in pharmacology or in your classes, or you see it in clinical, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I wanted to tell you that because people see bolus and they want to be like, oh, what is a bolus? You're just figuring out how much to give this patient one time. Okay, then the second part of the problem is going to be your IV drip. Okay. All right. So the patient has an order to receive heparin bolus of 4,000 units, followed by an IV drip of 14 units per kilogram per hour. The patient weighs 203 pounds. You have a heparin vial labeled 1,000 units per ml. So part 1, what will we give our patient for the bolus? And then part 2, what we're going to set up our pump for the drip. So bolus, okay? It says 4,000 units. Okay, and then that we are going to give it out of this labeled vial. Okay, the drip is going to be our bag. Okay, all right. So if we're looking for milliliters, right? So how many milliliters so we're going to give to for the bolus? So ml over 1,000 units, and then what's ordered is 4,000 units. And over 1 units cross out, we're left with milliliters. 4,000 divided by 1,000 is going to be 4 mLs. Congratulations, you just figured out a bolus. All right, moving on. Now we need to figure out our drip, right? So what we're going to set the IV pump. Remember, it says IV pump. IV pump is going to be ml per hour. So we have a 1 liter bag with 40,000 units in there. I want to say 4,000. It's 40,000. All right. And then this is your order. So let's do it. Patient prescription product, PPP, question mark. So that's our goal. If we are starting with milliliters, because we're looking for milliliters, we're going to start with it, right? But check this out. Our bag is in liters. So you could either do one or two things. You could insert a conversion in your dimensional analysis problem, or you can go ahead and convert your liters to 1,000 ml. So I want to be difficult. I'm going to show you how to put liters in there. All right, so if you're looking for milliliters, 1 liter is going to be 1,000 milliliters, okay? So then we have our 1 liter over 40,000 units. Liters cross out, okay? So now our units are at the bottom. We need our units to go at the top. So 14 units per kg per hour. Units are gone. Now we have our patient's weight, which is in pounds. We need it in kgs, right? Because that's what the order requires. So we will do a conversion, which is 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms are gone now. So now we can put our pounds over 1. Okay? And we are left with mLs over hours. Alrighty, so 1,000 times 14 times 203 divide 40,000 divide 2.2. So we have 32.29 or you can do 32.3 mLs per hour. All right, let me look at the comments. Yep, APTT, APTTTTTT. Or guess what? So, boom, I was a student, right? And I was like, oh, PTT, whatever. I get to the doggone hospital and they use anti-XA. You're like, what the heck is this? I didn't know what an anti-XA was, but it's like a different anticoagulation lab study that they also use for heparin. So if you see that, don't freak out. You're like, this ain't an APTT. Yeah. So that's your partial thrombotime. Who is that? Jade. So yeah, that's the bleed time that you would use when a patient is on heparin. You also have an INR or a PT. An INR for people who are on Coumadin. It's just a different anticoagulation study. So they're specific to the medicines that you take. Okay. Let's see. Mind blown. And you have exams Tuesday. Okay. You had lucky. You had this on a freaking NCLEX. Man, I had the most poo pot, pity pot, simple dosage calc question on my NCLEX. Like I've never really heard of people having hard dosage calc on their NCLEX. Wow. I'm surprised. So yeah, Ash. APTT. Wow, I am seriously yeah, I'm appalled. Do we want to do anything else tonight? Tonight. Last call. Last call. Partial APTT. But a the partial thromboplastin, I think. Thromboplastin time. Yeah. That's what that means. EKGs, no sir. This is med math. Even though I am ACLS certified, just had to retake my ACLS. Sure did. I started nursing school in January. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. There's math and EKGs, sir. We are not going to get out calipers and walking across and do all of that. No, no, sir. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. Not finna do that today. So, thank you for everybody who is new here tonight. If you are looking for further help with dosage calculations, I am a dosage calc tutor and I do private tutoring and group tutoring. If you and a friend want to go in and have a study session with me on Zoom, I do have an upcoming dimensional analysis workshop, y'all. I will put out the information soon. I know that y'all are students, so I ain't trying to take your block books. So just look at it and you let me know if you would need further help. But my DMs are open. My email is there. My website is there. If you want to send requests for the upcoming study sessions, my next show, should I do Wednesday? I know Thursday is Thanksgiving. Are y'all out of school? Like what's going on? Are y'all still? Because I seen some people have been said they have tests. They have tests to take on Tuesday. So I guess you're not all the way out of school. But yeah. I don't know when to go live because usually I go live Sunday nights and I go live Wednesday nights and at 7:30 and 8 o'clock p.m. respectively. Ash, is nice to meet you. What program are you in? LPN, RN, BSN, accelerated? Like what you doing? I have tests to take on Thursday. What? Thursday is Thanksgiving. How? What you mean? Like, is it at home in Proctor? Like, or you have to go into school? Cause like I thought stuff was closed. I have an exam on Tuesday. Then you off for the rest of the week. Okay, cool. RN program. All right. Congratulations, lady. Congratulations. Well, this is just Nurse Chat. I guess we're done studying for tonight. It was nice to meet all of you new people who have come on because I'm not normally on Saturday night. So I guess it was just a different audience. But hey, I'm Nursey. Now that you have met me, you can come and study with me with dosage calculations. And yeah, this is the part where you can ask questions about dosage calc, about med math, about nursing. I am a RN. Like I said, I've worked these past 3 nights, so I'm a little sleepy. Got to go in tomorrow night. I do work on a med surg unit. I was an LPN before I became an RN, and before that, I was a certified pharmacy technician. So those are a little bit of my stats. I've done all of that right there. So I traveled during COVID. If you had questions about traveling and all that stuff. So right now I just travel like at home from like different hospitals. So yeah, I'm in my bed. Anybody have cardio? Oh, I love cardio. Cardio is cool. I love the heart. Yes. Hybrid. Okay. So how does that work? You go partially like on campus for some things, and then the rest of it is like Zooms or like recorded? You're welcome, Rose. You're welcome so much. And hey, I need a study partner just to bounce info off to make sure that you're on the right track. Cool. Go ahead. Link up, y'all. Nursing students need to stick together. I get tired of like, yeah, y'all have to go and be by yourself and this and all that. All this mean girl activity on the floor and in school, like, they got to quit. They got to stop. I need y'all to come out here because, like I said, I'm tired. All of our exams is on ATI. Okay. That's what's up. Clinicals, then externship in May. Yeah, so you graduate in May. It's medical clinical assistant. After that, you want to come. Okay, you want to do LPN. Okay, that's what's up. I'm pretty sure that'll be a good step in that direction. There's nothing wrong with being an LPN and medical assistant, CNA, and like, going from step to step. You can get to know like different areas that you want to work in and see like the different responsibilities and the different scopes, of practice, because that's all the difference is what your board or your governing board requires you to do or allows you to do. And the responsibilities that you have. It's so lonely, especially. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For mine, people do not do well, but our professor makes the questions. Oh my gosh. Here y'all go talking about these professors. I ain't gonna get on here. Now, it's not easy making up questions, y'all, because it's hard. Because like I sit up here and I'm trying to get all these questions together, and it's difficult. And you want to try to make sure that it's not just like straight stuff and it's got the fluff in there, so like that you got some stuff that'll trip people up in, but they need to know the difference, so it's like you got to make sure you make it hard enough but not easy enough. But I don't know, some people be doing too much. I don't know. He is a good professor. Okay, good. Okay, that's good, because I be hearing the opposite. And I'm like, y'all stop. These teachers, man, it's hard being a nurse educator for, shoot, compared to like what you do in the clinic and then what you do for education. Like there's a pay gap, and you have to deal with all these students and different attitudes and all that stuff. And hey, nursing is nursing. I don't know. I love nursing. I liked tutoring. I like all of it. I like it. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Anybody got any nursing questions? Mine does too much, and I'm glad my clinical instructor. Your clinical instructor? Who is your Okay, see, here y'all go. Every time I come on now, people are talking about my nurse instructor, my clinical instructor. Well, who is it? Who is it? Please let me know. I want to know. Our respiratory exam, the highest score was 99 and the average was 82, and 75 is passing. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Critical care calculations like drips and stuff. Yeah, so I do math. Math. That is my baby. That is my project. That is, my main focus. I do have a colleague and friend. Her name is Bree, Nurse Bree. She's a DMP student, and she does tutoring for biology, for anatomy and physiology, for all types of nursing, like fundamentals, critical care, whatever. So she would be who I would recommend if you needed a tutor for like the critical care and all of that aspect. But me, I just do nurse math, med math. So, are y'all's midterms passing, or you have finals coming up? Like, how is that working? Because a lot of people, I'm in Alabama, and we start school in August, and then we're done in 12, right? In December. But like I see some people come on in October and they're like, yeah, we just starting. So like, Are y'all's terms like accelerated or short or long? I'm trying to figure it out, I guess, to prepare for January. I know a lot of new students are coming, and like people are finishing up on, studying for the current thing. So I was trying to be relevant and, current. I have a dosage calculation that you need an 100 on. Oh my gosh, not 100. Woo! They ain't say 90, 95. They said 100. But you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Will I be on tomorrow? No, I will be somebody's bedside RN tomorrow. Yeah, I have to work. I have to work tomorrow night. I picked up that Sunday this week, and then I work Thanksgiving night and Black Friday. So that is my schedule this week. So I was trying to figure, should I come on Monday night or should I come on Wednesday? That's why I was asking, like, how are y'all's classes this week? Because I don't know. My normal nights are Sunday and Wednesday, so I guess I could do work it out Wednesday. And then y'all can go and eat your turkey and dressing and greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, yams, round corn, all that. My semester started in August and ends in December. Okay, cool. Like that's how it goes for us. But like I said, see all kind of people from all over the place, like y'all said, Idaho, California, Florida, and they start, oh, you're about to graduate. Oh, congratulations. How exciting. Oh man. What kind of specialty do you want to go into? Do you know? My program is September through December 21st. Okay. Okay. So, and then y'all would start back in January. And do y'all have to like do a dosage calculation, pass, fail type of exam every semester, or is it just initially? I know for us we had to do it every single time. You're welcome. But you will start on mid-surge Tilly. Hey. Okay. I'm always gonna be for mid-surge Tilly, because I love mid-surge Tilly. That's me. I'm a med-surg nurse. And people be hating on med-surg and be throwing shade, be throwing garbage at us. I'm like, if you're not sick and dying enough to go to the ICU, and if you're in the ICU and you're feeling better and you go to step down and you still not well enough and you need to get out of step down, where you going? You gonna go to med-surg and you still gonna get taken care of. So like, I don't know. I think day shift med-surg and night shift med-surg is different. It's still busy as heck on night shift, so don't get me wrong, because last night was supposed to be night 3, and I was like, okay, I don't have these patients for 3 days, and then like something got to turn up. Oh, I gave blood pressure medicine IV. Then 10 minutes later, I can't breathe. I'm like, this is night 3. It's supposed to be easy peasy. Oh man. But anywho, I'm excited for you. I'm so excited. Toya, you're in Mobile. I know it's Mobile. I was just kidding. And you're doing traditional BSN. You're nervous. That's okay to be nervous. That's okay. Hey, let me know if I can help you with dosage calc. If you need any just information, any help like nursing and study wise. I just throw little tidbits out there and all the other stuff. I focus on meds and med math. So I'm glad you're here tonight. It's nice to meet you, a fellow Alabamian. BSN, big BSN. Hey. So are you just starting out? Oh, man. Hey, Sheila. Asia followed. Thank you. Yes, you start in January. Are you in South Alabama? USA? Yeah, I heard they had a pretty good nursing program down there. I heard they had a sweet new lab for stimulations and everything. So I'm excited for you. That's what's up. I went to the University of Alabama at Birmingham for my BSN. I actually started there with prereqs, and I switched over to LPN. I did. I went from a university to a community college. People are like, oh, I know. I was trying to hurry up and get something. And you know what? Before I started nursing school, I didn't know the difference between LPN, RN, associate, bachelor. I just know that I was going to go to this college and I am going to go 4 years and I am going to graduate and be a nurse. So I just think it's important for people to know their different options and the different tracks that you can take, and that your path is not nobody else's path. A lot of people get on here, oh, I'm too old. No, you're not. You still above God's green earth. You breathing in and out. You are switching carbon dioxide and oxygen. You is burning ATP. Do it. If nursing is what you want to do it. And don't let nobody tell you, oh, it's overrated and this and this and all that and blah blah and all that. Like, have your own mind. Just know you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, there are so many things that you can do with a nursing degree. Okay, boom. See, here I am, I'm tutoring folks. All right, you're welcome. I'm so excited. Do y'all have any requests for Wednesday? Cause I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it Monday. I don't know. I'm a little tired, and I gotta go work tomorrow. Any requests for the upcoming session? From Port Republic, New Jersey. Okay. Any requests? None? Okay, well, I guess I'll just do RN Trapper. I like that name. Okay. I'm not a rapper, I'm a trapper. Okay. See, squirrel. I really think I need to go get tested for ADD. Anywho, y'all, I guess I will be back on Wednesday night before everybody is getting full off of turkey and dressing and chicken and green beans and all of that stuff. And if you come across things that you are studying and you say, hey, I want you to break this down on your live, you know where my DM is, you know where my email is. Bam. ablessedrn205@gmail.com. You can also access my email or send info through my website, abrntutoring.com. I do have individual sessions available and bundles. And like I said, I'm going to throw out that information about this dosage calc workshop. I'm really excited about it. Yay. And, just y'all stay encouraged. Nursing school does not last forever. It is a drop in the bucket of your nursing career. And you'll look back on it and say, Lord, I made it over. Thank you. Have an amazing night and a wonderful work day. Thank you so much. And it was good to meet you, T Intentional. You have a good night as well, okay? And like I said, you guys, my DM is open. My inboxes are open. My Gmail is open. I do answer back. And y'all be blessed. And thank you so much for your time. Now, you're welcome. You're welcome. And so I'm going to praise out. God, we thank you. We thank you for this day. We thank you for you being wonderful, awesome, holy, gracious, merciful, loving, kind, generous. We thank you for all of that. We thank you for this live session of dosage calculations breakdown, Lord. You said that you would supply all of our needs, and we have met some needs tonight, God. We thank you for the knowledge that was shared. I thank you for your gift that you have instilled with me that I share to others to glorify you. We want to pray for these nursing students in their journeys, Lord, that you keep them covered, you keep their minds steadfast and stayed on you, because you said if you focus on me first, and then all these other things will be added onto it. Okay. And we just ask that you cover them physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and their families and their kids and their spouses and their cohorts. Everybody, just put your hands on them, Lord. Send your angels around them. Cover them as they go to and from clinical and from class, as they take these tests. Lord, we ask that you calm fears, that you erase anxiety. We rebuke all negativity and anything that is coming against them, because we want them to graduate, Lord. We know that you'll let them graduate and become prudent nurses who are smart and able, and who's going to take care of your people, and that your people will see you through them. And we just thank you. We ask for forgiveness of our sins, and we ask that you just keep us on the straight and narrow. We thank you for the blood of Jesus, and it is in his holy name that I pray, and amen. Good night, y'all. I enjoyed this live. I really enjoyed meeting new people on tonight, and I will hope to see you at future sessions. And y'all go be great, go be good nurses. Y'all be blessed and take care. Bye bye.